Professor Billow's manly pocketed his pampered, pear-shaped hat out a window in Sophie's tower and shot blasts of green lights at the friezes and statues, trying to obliterate them. But every spell he did rebounded straight at him, while a high-pitched alarm blared from Sophie's statue, sounding like a raven's shriek. You have attended an unauthorized with decorations of Dean Sophie's tower. Sophie's voice boomed as a rebounding spell sounded manly in the room. Only as officially appointed schoolmaster has authority here, and you are not a schoolmaster. Kindly vacate my premises. Firming, manly stormed back in the tower, where Agatha glimpsed three roofs, demolishing Sophie's interiors. But seconds after tearing down paintings and fixtures and lamps, they all floated straight back up. He's been battling that tower ever since he took over as dean. Professor Animan chortled as more repelling spells scalded Manly and his wolves. I've learned never to underestimate that girl. From inside the tower, Manly let out a primo scream. It's only made Agatha miss Sophie more. The steam landed on the south side of Halfway Bay in front of Goose Castle. As Agatha dismounted, fairies swarmed at her, smelling her hair and neck. Unlike the fairies that used to run the school for good when she was a first year, these new fleets were of different shapes, sizes, colors, as if from a variety of lands, but they all seemed to know who she was. As she followed Professor Animan uphill, Agatha noticed the unusual quiet. She could hear her own clump steps crackling on the great lawn's crisp grass, the spams of fairy wings around her, the bursts of water from the lake. Agatha peered across the bay and saw the same scenes on Evo's shores as smooth blue slime lapped up and stained the sand. A lone guard wolf in a red soldier's jacket and a whip on his belt had fallen asleep on one of Sophie's new cabanas. Professor Animan opened the doors to Goose Castle, and Agatha silently charted her through a long hall of mirrors. Agatha caught her reflection in the glass, grumpy, wind-blown, and sleepless, her black gown rattred with holes. She looked worse than she did on her first day of school, when other girls had cornered her in this hall, thinking she was a witch, and shut in their faces to escape. Smirking at the memory, Agatha followed her teacher, turning into the foyer. Welcome home! A cheer exploded like a bomb, sending Agatha staggering backwards. More than 100 first years in the foyer whistled and hooted, while waving enchanted signs, with words popping off banners. I stand with Agatha. Never Ryan. Justice for Tedros. Agatha gawked at this new class of efforts, so fresh-faced and clean, with the girls in restored pink pinafores and the boys in navy waistcoats, skinny ties, and tight bleached beaches. Silver swan crests glittered over their hearts, branding them as first years, along with magical name tags that moved around their bodies to help Agatha see them from any sideline. Lython, Valentina, Sandrine, Astrid, Priyanka, and more. Many looked close to her in age, especially the boys, so tall and princely with training swords on their waists. And yet, despite this, all of them seemed so young, as if they still held faith in the laws of good and evil, as if they'd yet to learn that the bubble of school could be so easily punctured. I was like them once, Agatha thought. Queen Agatha! Queen Agatha! Chanted the first years as they surrounded her like lemmings, crowding her between the foyer's 4 staircases. Valor and honor to the boys' towers, purity and charity to the girls. Agatha looked up to see the teachers gathered on the Valor staircase. Princess Uma, who had taught her animal communication, Professor Aspander, who taught swordplay, Yuba the Glom, who had led her forwards group. It was the same scenes that greeted Agatha on her own welcoming day, only this time there were 2 professors missing. 7-foot nymphs with neon hair floated beneath the domed ceiling, sprinkling rose petals that caught in Agatha's dress and made her sneeze. Agatha tried to smile at the young efforts, singing her name and waving their signs and swords, but all she could think about was Professor Dauphin and Professor Augustus, both absent from the top of the stairs. Without them, the school no longer felt warm and safe. It felt alien, vulnerable. Good idols and evil works, a voice boomed. Sounds about right. Agatha and the efforts refolded to see the double doors at the rear of the foyer fly open. Castor the dog stood inside the theater of tales, its 2 sides turned into a massive war room. More than 100 Nephers in sleek black leather uniforms toiled as ferry stations littered with papers and notebooks and maps, while evil teachers supervised it.